Next thing, we have the deck builder section, and this section was the one that took me the longest. It's amazing the amount of logic behind the scenes, but well, let me try to explain to you. On the left, we have the current deck section with its main, side, extra, and test ones, and on the right, the card filtering section. Cards are already loaded because when you open the app for the first time, or when you reloaded it, a request was handled by Yu-Gi-Oh! Prodec's API database that actually brought back all the cards they have there. An amazing, great, outstanding shout out to them, because it's impressive how easy to use their endpoint is and how nice of them to keep them open for us programmers. I have mentioned them and all other databases that were consulted on credit section, but we will get to it later. So, cards are loaded. What can we do? Let's search, for example, for Blue Eyes, right? By typing part of its name, the list is filtered, and let's add, for example, if we are sitting on main deck, we can add cards that belong to the main deck. Let's add Blue Eyes White Dragon, let's add a couple of Shining Dragons, and let's switch to side deck, and we can include cards that belong to side deck. For example, let's add, I don't know, Chaos Dragon, let's add Blue Eyes White Dragon on side deck, and I'm really bad at deck building, as you can see, and extra deck will accept cards that belong to the extra deck, Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, and Ultimate Dragon. Keep in mind that, for example, if you want to add one more card that will skip over the limit of 3, the action will not work. You will actually have to reduce the number here by clicking on this circle to switch between 1, 2, and 3 of the quantities. If you have less than 3 cards here, you can actually add a copy of that card to the side deck, but no more than 3 by summing the 2. 2 here, let's reduce it to 1. And we have 1 here, we can increase it to 2. And that's it. If you're not in a valid section, let's try to add Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to main deck. It will automatically jump to its correct section. You see? Here it is. Let's look for a spell card. What about Monster Reborn? Monster Reborn. Add it to the main deck. You see that the percentages and type of cards were split here. And let's add, what about the Call of the Hunted? Call of the Hunted, here it is, to the main deck, and you have it split in 3. Monsters, spells, and traps with their current percentages. Well, what else can I tell you? Let's say that you want to switch or move Monster Reborn to the side deck. You use this arrow here, and it will move to the side deck. You want to move, I don't know, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon from side to extra section, and you click on the arrow, and that's it. The cross, as you guessed, clears the card from the section, and the eye here or here will call for the card on the search screen automatically. Watch out, look at this warning down here. Let's trigger it again so you can see it. Info, Shining Dragon, there. Prices updated last time you opened the app. And this is because these prices that are now shown here are brought from objects that are loaded here when you open the app. So prices here are updated at the last time you open the app. Keep that in mind. It's really different. For example, when you, let's search for Ash Blossom. You all loved Ash Blossom. So now these prices here will be correctly updated. One thing, if you see 0, for example, like in Duel Devastator here as the price, 0 here or 0 anywhere here, is because when you fetch for the card's information in this website, at the time you fetched it, no cards of Duel Devastator. No cards in Duel Devastators were found on anywhere of these sites, any of these sites. That's why 0 is shown here. Let's see what else. Notice that you have a diskette icon here. This is because if you actually reload the app or close the app, the deck will not be saved. you have the option to be saved here, but if you, for example, let's say you reload it like this, see that you lost all results. Everything you've added here is lost. Let's try to add a couple of things again. Let's do it correctly. Let's add Chaos Dragon. Let's add Blue Eyes Silver Zombie. Why not? He's blue eyes. Blue-eyed, well. And if you click on this icon here, a second screen will toggle where you can save your current state of the deck. Click on the icon, the deck is saved. Now, if you refresh the app, results will be kept on screen. This is true if you want to refresh it, hard refresh it, close it, or anything you want to do. Ideally, you never have to refresh the deck, you never have to refresh the app, but well. What else can you do? You can delete the deck by using the trash icon here. Since it's a permanent action, it will ask you if you want to proceed or not. So let's do it. And note that since there were no other added decks, this one we deleted was the default one, and all the results were deleted, but not the deck itself. You can never have no deck here. If you click on this icon on Add New, of course, a new deck will be added and loaded. You can see it here, and you can toggle between one deck or the other by clicking 2 times on the icon. So if you want to load starting deck, you double click on starting deck here. If you want to load deck 2, you double click here, and that's it. Names, deck names are also customizable. You just double click on them, and for example, let's type empty deck, and you see you can filter results. If you need any help, you can filter results. You can change the name of the deck. Sorry, I'm kind of nervous. It's my first time here. If you click on help, you need anything you need to know that I didn't tell you. You have it here in this component. Anything from intro to how to manage all the icons, how testing works, how drop percentages work. See, you can click on them and play around. And if you need to filter, here you go. And I told you about testing section, but I didn't show it to you. Let's show it. And again, blue eyes. Add a couple. Let's fill the main deck. Let's search for I don't know, trap hole. Lots of trap holes. The Almighty Bottomless, good on its times. The Almighty Trap Hole, kind of good on its times. Some tricks, Trap Hole Nightmare. And let's add a spell. That's a Monster Reborn again. Monster Reborn. And Monster Reborn, why not? Twice the fun. Let's go to test section, and here you have all the cards that the main deck section currently has loaded on test. These percentages here are the draw chance. I mean, if you were to draw one card, you have 39.13% probability to be a monster card, or you have, for example, 8.7% probability to be bottomless trap hole, or 13.04 from any of those cards. The difference lies on the different numbers, right? 8.7 because of its two cards on it on the deck, and Monster 113 and all others because there are 3 cards. So if you draw one, notice that a randomizer generates behind the screens, gets one of the cards here and removes it from the list. This time it was Trap Hole Nightmare, and well, it was removed, and the probability is changed for everything. Draw again, now this time was Monster Reborn, and so much and so forth. If you want to restore this deck to be tested again, just click on reset, and it will be resorted again here. Then you can draw again and reset. If you want to test hands, just draw 5, and you can reset, draw 5 again, and reset, and draw 5 again. And this is kind of addictive. I've been playing with this lots when I was building this component. And if you want to sort the cards, if you want to check a random order of a deck being shuffled, you just click shuffle, and all cards here will be rearranged randomly and set in that order. You can shuffle as many times as you want. You can reset, test hands, shuffle, reset, and That's it. You get the idea.